Today was such a good day, man. Getting up, eating me a good meal, thanking the good Lord for seeing another day, going out, getting some fresh air, go for a quick 2 mile run, come back, take a nice long hot shower, eat me some lunch, watching some DX, hyping myself up for the DX reunion, the Caesar premiere of Monday Night Raw, Gargano versus Theory, the fallout from Extreme Rules. Maybe we might see Bray Wyatt come back tonight. I don't know. How is it that in less than 2, 3 hours, away from Monday Night Raw, how is it that the WWE managed to mess it all up? How does Triple H and the WWE manage to mess up what was overall a great day? I'll tell you how. You see the title, you see the thumbnail, you see the picture. It is being reported that Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson are coming back to the WWE, reforming the OC or the WWE's version of Bullet Club, the club, OG, Bullet Club, OG, whatever you want to call it, basically aligning themselves with AJ Styles, realigning themselves with AJ Styles, and being a group again. Most likely because AJ needs some help with, helping out, sorting his problems out with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day versus the OC. The Judgment Day versus the club. It looks like that feud is going to happen. You guys have followed, for people who have followed me on the channel, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I personally think that the Good Brothers are the meh brothers because in hindsight, they are just meh, okay? They're just meh. Like, seriously, y'all, like the Good Brothers, I never got why people thought, because people people on the internet, especially when they first came to WWE back in, 2016, 2017, when they first came to WWE, people were saying, oh my God, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, these guys are stars. These guys are mega stars. They're the best tag team in WWE. They need to be pushed to the top. They need to be the tag team champions. They need to be positioned at a high level in the company. How is it that we're putting the Good Brothers on a much bigger level than a team like the New Day, a team like the Usos, which I know the Usos were kind of hated at that time, but yet the Usos were more over than the Good Brothers ever were. The New Day, one of the best tag teams, one of the greatest tag team trio of the modern tag team era, more over than the Good Brothers. Enzo and Cass, guys. Enzo and Cass. We're talking about a team that's never won tag team gold. When they came to the main roster, Enzo and Cass debuted on the main roster the night after WrestleMania 32. They debuted in April of 2016 on the main roster, and they broke up around June of 2017. They didn't even last. They lasted like a good full year. And in that full good year that Enzo and Cass, even though they never won the tag team gold, they got a few times attempts to win it, but they didn't win it. And yet they were more over than Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, more over than the Meh brothers. And so now we're bringing them back into the WWE so they could reform their little their tea party with their boy AJ Styles. And don't even get me started on, but Bullet Club, Bullet Club, which you could look at as some way, shape, or form NWO ripoff. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, why do you think when they left WWE, they went to Bullet Club? They went back to Bullet Club because that was their only sort of relevancy, because that was their only way of going to get noticed. Hell, they go to Impact Wrestling. We all saw how that ended. You could argue that they weren't even the best tag team in Impact Wrestling when they were there. So I get Triple H is bringing back all his kids. He's bringing them back to the dinner table and all that good stuff. But the returns, when you're bringing back people, don't you think you should bring back people that are actually good? Again, not, I don't want people to think, my God, like he sounds like a hater. Again, the Good Brothers, they're meh at best. They're not that great as many people claim them to be. Like they're not the best tag team. Doc Gallows has got to be one of the most overrated wrestlers I've ever seen. He was boring in the Straight Edge Society. He was boring in Aces and Eights. He was boring in freaking Bullet Club. Carl Anderson, you can probably argue, is a solid mid card at best. Yeah, he had that quote unquote legendary, foreigner G1 climax run, but he ain't on the level of Kenny Omega, obviously. But yeah, man, overall, I mean, the Good Brothers coming back to the company. I mean, it is what it is. And who knows? Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe they'll show up and they'll actually do some good stuff, man, with AJ again. So, well, even though AJ didn't really need them in the first place, because we all saw what AJ did back in 2016, 2017. He didn't need the Good Brothers. AJ was having classics with John Cena, winning the WWE title, gave Roman Reigns probably to this day one of the greatest matches of his career. AJ never needed Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson needed AJ Styles because without AJ Styles, just like without Bullet Club, they are absolutely nothing. They're just your typical tag team who thinks they're bad, thinks they're good, when they're not. So they're coming back. It is what it is. We'll see what happens with this feud. But, yeah, so that's how I personally feel about it. You want to dislike the video, leave a hate comment. It is what it is. It's completely understandable. How do you guys feel about the the Good Brothers being back in the WWE? Do you think this is a good decision or not? Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.